Let me ask you guys this question, because I would imagine the nation at large is weary of all of this, especially here. I would say that there's just a general fatigue about, really, we're going to make all of this noise about Jimmy Butler when, yeah, he kind of made himself a star in Miami and got the things that he wanted in what was a blessed marriage for both parties for the entire time they were together. And then at the end, he said, I'm more valuable than this. And since then has proved it, because the last 16 games, I think we can all say, oh, he was right. All those 40-point games were required from him in the playoffs. He had 8 of them, never won in the regular season. So these guys were helpers. Bam, all-star, Olympian, champion, winner guy. But you're number 2. And you're number 2, and look at what it looks like when it's you and Hero as the number 1. Jimmy ends up winning there. He's coming back a winner on what this looks like. But what I wanted to ask Jessica about, and the audience at large, is because I hate pre-games, but this stuff we love. The soap opera nonsense, the narratives, the stories, the things that make it all easy and dumb, but is fun for content. But when sports can be great, what has to happen tonight for it to merit even a fraction of the amount of talk it's gotten when the nation at large says, get Jimmy Butler out of my life? He's not a champion. He's a number 1 who's actually a number 2, because he's never going to win a championship as the lead guy.
I think I'm sorry, just I was going to say I think most everyone is watching tonight hoping Jimmy Butler crushes the Heat.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. 50-point game from Jimmy Butler.
Crushes the Heat.
I will go run a lap around the Kaseya Center tomorrow morning.
Kaseya.
So that is what that would make it worth it. It's not game winner. It's not a fight. It's like, what's the ideal situation? Like, content gold mine of I'm interested in sports and the build up to a regular season game. Like, this is the last regular season. This is the last game of the Heat season that will matter, because even in those play-in games, we all know this team is not going anywhere. It's broken.
You're not getting fired up for Heat at Chicago playing?
Chicago put up 150 on the Lakers.
Good.
And
they love the play-in game,
fun.
too.
Chicago's a fun team.
Listen, guys, just a couple of years ago, people were saying the Heat should lose a play-in game so that they could increase their shot at getting the number 1 pick or winning the lottery. And what happened? The Heat went on a magical run because of culture and Jimmy Butler, and they made it all the way to the NBA Finals in a Hollywood-type story that just didn't have that ending that we needed. But once you win and you get in, anything can happen. I think this Heat team can go on a run.
Okay, Billy, thank you for that.
What has this to do with that?
No. Well, I'm going to explain something that's happening with Billy right now. He feels a genuine snort. I'm going to explain exactly what's happening with Billy Gill. Okay, he's been very frustrated for 12 months, more than 12 months, actually, probably his lifetime with our show, because he believes. What do you mean? I haven't even made the accusations yet.
I can see we're starting with 12 months, and I'm looking at my timeline and life. I don't know what's going on here, but
okay. Over the course of you living in a world where the Heat are talked about the way this show talks about them, I believe that for largely 20 years, you believe that there are things you're not allowed to say about the Miami Heat.
Oh, I can't. No.
Your voice has been suppressed for 20 years around here.
Well,
and today's your day, Billy Gill, because this is the biggest Heat homer I've ever met.
Him?
This right here.
He's a journalist.
Jonathan.
I am a journalist. I'm not a journalist.
Ignore what he's wearing. He's a journalist.
It's not true.
Jonathan Zaz. Look, Mike Ryan criticizes poisonously the Miami Heat. Zaz will get mad at him. Zaz will not rip the Miami Heat the way Mike Ryan does.
Well, and Mike sits here. Mike sits here and will tell you that he's not watching the Heat. I'm watching the Heat begrudgingly the last couple of months. Like, I wake up in the morning. Now, I don't feel that way today, because I'm looking forward to the game tonight. But I'll wake up begrudgingly over the last month. Like, oh, great, the Heat are playing tonight. That's what I got to do for 2.5 hours of my life tonight. Like, Mike Ryan won't watch it, though. I mean, I'm sitting here and hang with him, man.
But he'll still tell you what he thinks. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, but when I talk about Heat fans and the history of this market, what this team means to Zaslow and now Zaslow's kids, because he insisted on passing it down, as someone who was proud, honored to earn working days and nights. His shifts were crazy, man.
That's why I have all the gray hair. I mean, I did that for 7 years.
All right, so for 7 years, he's doing the post game and then waking up to do the morning show, and he aged about 40 years in 7 years. He arrived here a broken man. He used to be the young one, Tony. Laugh in his face. He used to be the young one. He used to be the kid. And 7 years of loving the Heat, he gave his heart and age over to this franchise.
I gave them years of my life, Tony.
Well, explain Tommy Tige to me then, because he doesn't have a gray hair on his head.
Well, maybe there's some performance enhancement going on.
Whoa!
I'm just trying
With
to
great Tommy Tige.
trying to be reasonable.
When I saw him that day in the studio,
All
did
right.
not look like PED.
The day you threw trash at Tony.
Exactly right.
All right. We go back out to Jeremy Taché now. Jeremy Taché is reporting live at the Kaseya Center, where there's a lot of mood and a lot of fans. What's the energy out there, Jeremy?
I mean, the energy is palpable, Dan. I've got Trevor from Georgia here with me. Now, Trevor was a fan of the Miami Heat because of Jimmy Butler. So, Trevor, what are your thoughts on Jimmy Butler's return to the Kaseya Center?
Oh, I'm excited. I think Jimmy's about to whoop some butt.
Okay,
I
that's
think he's-
not good.
We're not going to talk about that any longer.
All right,
No
very
more
good.
conversation of that.
Good report.
We're
from
calling it the Butlar-Mageddon.
Just give Trevor the microphone,
Dan, that's totally something you would ask
Trevor, here, would you like the microphone?
Angel to mock up for you.
Sure.
Please.
I think Jimmy's about to do great. He's not, Bam ain't going to do anything. I hope Steph comes out and plays. I'm sorry, Heat, but Jimmy's about to give y'all some whooping.
All right.
I question
I-
the
you know what,
sincerity.
Here
I like it.
outside the Kaseya Center. Jeremy Taché, Meadowlark Media.
All right, thank you.